different. Inhale, stretch up, look up, interlace all 10 fingers, reach to the sky, reach back, lengthen your front body, lengthen your back body, stretch your fingers across the ceiling, towards the seam between the ceiling and the wall behind you. Exhale, swan dive forward, stretch your fingertips wide to the sides of the room. Keep your core engaged and lengthen your core. Reaching down, bring your fingertips in line with your toes, bending one knee and then the other, letting your crown reach down, just be drawn down into the earth, feel your spine lengthen. From tail to skull. Stepping gracefully back into a lunge, right leg goes back first. Find your base, lengthen from heel to skull, lift your chest to the front of the room and stretch deeply from toe mound to toe mound. Step back to plank pose. Find your plank pose by waving energy in through your palms to the earth, letting your palms rotate towards your pinkies like a spiraling rotation in your arms as you wave into the earth and your inner arms engage and your core engages and you lengthen more. And you can put your knees down if you like. Lengthen more from heels to skulls. And now knees, chest, and chin down, Ashtangasana. So your hips are just like letting your low back hang and you get a nice stretch. From the base of your skull to your tail. Then gliding forward into Cobra, all 10 toes press into the mat, your legs engage, your chest rolls open, shoulder blades roll back, elbows reach towards your heels, there's no weight in your hands. And you lift your front body and lift your back body, crown reaching to the sky. And then engaging your legs, all 10 toes engaged, you stretch more deeply. Exhaling, stretch back hips to heels. Stretch your fingers from your hips, place your forehead, third eye down onto the mat and stretch. Stretch out your armpits, stretch out your shoulders, and now press out downward dog. Inhaling, stretch your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward with your left foot to a lunge. Find your base, find some length, open your chest to the front of the room. Engage those legs and then stretch deeply from toe mound to toe mound. Step forward, toe mounds touch, core engaged, and crisscross your forearms, stretch your elbows to the sky, come on up through center with your core engaged, lifting your elbows first, and then your fingers up, stretch up, interlace all 10 fingers, releasing your index, crisscrossing your thumbs, get nice and long, and stretch from side to side. So ground in through your feet, put some weight into your heels, and let all 10 toes reach into the earth like roots, drawing into the earth for your support, and start to lengthen the sides of the body. A little bit more weight in the heels, you're looking up towards your fingers, your throat is lengthened, and you're just stretching the sides of the body. Good, coming out to center, lift and lengthen, trace back across the ceiling, lengthen your front body, lengthen your back body, keep your legs engaged. And then inhaling, release again, swan dive, stretching your fingers wide to the sides of the room. And then in line with your toes, and you can bend your knees one after the other, bend both knees if that's how tight you are or the way you are in your body. Shake your head no, and shake your head yes. And then step or hop back, either step back to plank or hop back to chaturanga. So chaturanga is just bent elbows, and it just is a better way to catch your body if you're hopping back. So same thing, spiraling, pressing your palms into the earth, catching that internal body wave from your earth energy as you press into it. It waves into your body, you feel your internal body engage. And then you lengthen. Put some buoyancy, some puffiness in your shoulders, some openness in your shoulders. Lengthen from heel to skull. Drop to your knees, chest and chin down, connecting the knees and toes, Ashtangasana. Stretch your neck long. Glide forward, Cobra. Press back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, hug it in and up. Step forward to crescent. So this time finding your base. So wave into the earth and engage the muscles of the legs. And also when you do that wave from your tail to your skull. Feel your core engage and feel your spine lengthen. And then from here, crisscross your elbows, or forearms, elbows, fingers reach up to the sky, and come on up for high crescent. So in high crescent, you can re-engage by dropping that left knee slightly, waving your energy down into the earth, letting it wave back up into your legs, letting some energy spiral, swirl towards your tailbone, carry it up your spine, getting your core engaged as you re-lengthen that leg. High crescent. From high crescent, stretch your left arm forward, right arm wide, and rotate. Send that energy spiraling towards your tailbone, up your spine, and rotate. Fully engaged. Switch directions, so counter twist. So keep your hips facing forward and just kind of balance. Send that energy again from your pubic bone swooping up your spine. So internal body, so core is like really what supports your spine internally. That's what's most important. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, let's step forward to, we'll come down to lunge. And step forward, just step both toes forward. Engage your core, crisscross your arms, come on up, elbows to the sky, arms up. Interlacing all 10 fingers, releasing your index, crisscrossing your thumbs. Let's stretch up and over to the right. Weight to your heels, shoulders in one line, hips in one line, and stretch the left side. Coming back through center, same thing, looking up to the left. Hips in one line, shoulders in one line. So instead of your hips moving towards each other, hip and shoulder coming forward, hip coming forward, just stretch out. The right side, pressing your hips to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Switch the grip of your hands. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and stretch your left side again. Same thing. Pressing your hips more deeply into the stretch to the left side. Switch sides. Grab the wrist of the right hand with your left. Stretch and reach out the right side, pressing your hips more to the right. Back up to the center, inhaling, interlace. Reverse the way you typically interlace. Crisscross your thumbs, let your head fall. Reach your fingertips, index fingers to the sky. Lift and lengthen, strong base, legs engage. Stretch the front body, stretch the back body, lengthen, don't compress. Just lengthen, 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 and reach. Looking up. Inhale, so for a challenge, engage your core, forward fold. If you want to make it a little bit less of a challenge, you can bring your hands to prayer. Or you can also choose to interlace your hands behind your spine and open up your chest. Coming down for a forward fold. Bringing your fingers down to your shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squatting down. Hop back to chaturanga or step back to plank. Waving energy through your plank to get that core engaged and then lengthening so you're not hiking and you're not sagging. And there's a rotation in your palms and your internal body's engaged and your shoulder blades are wrapping and your heels are lengthening and your crown is reaching to the front of the room. And so from here, let's do chaturanga. You can put your knees down if you like. And then in chaturanga, you lower your shoulders forward because your elbows are wrapping, your shoulders are wrapping. So spiraling through the palms, drawing those elbows back towards your hips. Lengthen your shoulders forward, not any lower than your elbows. Keep your core engaged. And then a nice slow chaturanga all the way down and back to cobra. And then from cobra to downward dog. And just rest for a moment in downward dog. Same thing in downward dog with the pressing into the earth through your palms, all four corners of the palms pressing in, letting your hands feel like spiraling towards your pinkies, letting your internal body engage, your upper arms move more towards each other, lengthening from fingers to tail. Coming up onto your tippy toes, let your arches ignite, inner leg lines ignite, let your sits bones widen, and then lower your heels as much as you like. So now you're nice and even, a nice internal inverted posture, inverted V shape. Press more through your index mound and thumb mound line at the four corners of that palm. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, hug it in and up. Use that action of your core to step forward to lunge. Wave energy through your base, elongating. Send another wave from your tail to your skull. And then coming up with your core engaged through your internal body. Elbows, fingers. If you want to catch a little more engagement, just lower that right knee. Wave your energy into the earth. Let the earth energy travel up your legs. Let it spiral and gather at your spine, and then let it shoot up your spine. So as you re-lengthen into high crescent, as you get your alignment more towards 90 in your front leg, your internal body is fully engaged. Just taking one more deep breath here, in and out. Right arm forward, left arm wide. Send that energy up your tail so that your spine is supported and elongated, and you rotate. And then counter twist. Just keep your crescent base, your lunge base, and counter twist your spine. You can send that energy up from tail to skull. Good. Cartwheel all the way back down into your lunge. Place your right hand inside of your left foot, stretch your left fingers to the sky. So try to keep your left hip in line. You can take your left thumb to your hip crease and make sure your hips are in line. They're facing the front of the room, they're facing the mat. And then spiral your spine, keeping your hips and base that way. And now reach back with your left fingers towards your outer right leg and just spiral, open, stretch, and release. Good, stepping all the way back to plank pose. Let's take a nice, long, slow chaturanga. So first, finding the plank, finding the core engaged, finding the wrap in the shoulders, the length from heels to skull. And then rotating, keeping that rotation, keeping those elbows in towards the body and lengthening forward. Chaturanga. And if you want, you can come to upward dog or cobra. Press back, downward dog. If that's your first upward dog ever, then I would say just come to cobra, by the way. Left leg to the sky, inhale, exhale, hug it in and up. Inhale, stretch it up and back. So you're riding your core muscles, your internal body like a wave. Exhale, hug the left knee in and up. Inhale, up and back. One more time, hug it in and up. Use it to step forward to a lunge. Wave your length from tail to skull. Base engage, core engage. Come on up, crisscross forearms. Lift your elbows to the sky, lift your arms to the sky. Lower down, step back to plank. Find your good plank, find your alignment. Stretching and lengthening. Chaturanga to upward dog or cobra. Pressing back to downward dog. Inhaling right leg to the sky. Exhale, hug it in and up. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, in and up. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, in and up. Use that height to step forward to lunge. So from your lunge, left hand inside of your right foot. You can take your right thumb and make sure your hips are staying in alignment, not lifting. And then rotating your spine. Stretch your right fingertips to the sky. Look up, reach back, reach up, lengthen, and then reach back towards that left thigh. Opening up your shoulders and looking to the sky. You can look down if it's uncomfortable for your neck. And then coming back and around, finding your base. Wave some length from tail to skull. Send an internal body wave, come up. Core engaged, base engaged. High crescent. So we're going to step forward to chair. So it's okay to unbend a little height to regather your internal body strength to come to prayer. to gather up your pelvic bowl and send that wave of support up your spine so that this isn't coming from the back of your body. You're not using your low back or spine to do your chair pose. So prayer position or arms extended. Roots coming out of all 10 toes, weight coming more into the heels, internal body engaged, sit deeper like there's a seat behind you, reach your butt for it. Interlace all 10 fingers in your chair, release your index, crisscross your thumbs, hang your little fingers like they're on a hook, and sit a little deeper. And then grounding into the earth, come all the way back up to standing. Prayer position. Exhaling to mountain pose. Inhale, stretch up. Reach back. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, fingertips down, in line with your toes. Just let your head hang. Shaking it, winding your head maybe from side to side. Shaking it forward to your chest and down. Coming into a nice tight squat, stepping back with your right leg. Placing your right knee down. Engaging your base, engaging your core. Come on up. Stretch up. Reach up. Keep reaching, keep lifting, core engage, base engage. And if you want to, offer your chest to the sky and arc back. From here, you can open your hands wide. You can reach back for your heels, offering your chest to the sky. Inhale it back up. Exhale, lower down. Step back to plank. Wade into down dog or through your vinyasa. Right leg to the sky. Exhaling, hug it in. Step forward to lunge. Left knee down. Base engaged, core engaged. Stretch your arms up to the sky. Lift up out of your base, out of your core. Lift and lengthen. If you want to, offer your heart to the sky and arc all the way back. Inhale, stretch forward. And then come on back to tabletop position and then hips to heels. Forehead to the mat, stretching your fingers away from your hips. So that was just a brief challenging sun salute. Tabletop position. To unwind, you can do cow. And then cat. And in cat, you have a nice neutral or a nice engaged core. Do cow. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. And your core is engaged, so keep it engaged to come into tabletop. And then inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, slide your right arm under your left. Threading the needle, stretching your right arm out onto the earth. Threading the needle of the eye of the needle of your left arm. Now you can walk your left hand forward and stretch. Walk your right arm more forward, left fingers more forward, stretch out that right shoulder. Draw your left arm back in, rebuild yourself to tabletop, cow, and then cat. And then neutral spine. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, slide it out under your right arm. Left ear down. And now you can walk your right fingertips forward, stretching out your right arm. Walk your left fingertips a little more forward, stretching out your left shoulder. Unwinding back to tabletop. From tabletop, cow and cat. And neutral spine, and just because it's good for us, especially people who haven't been exercising much, stretch your left arm forward and right arm back. Stretch and reach. Keep your core engaged. If you want to be sassy, you can take it to tiger pose. Reaching back, grabbing the outside of inside of your foot with your hand, and looking back at that connection. Unwind. Switch sides. Left arm forward, right leg back. Core engaged. Stretch from your toes to your fingers. Reach back. Grab the inside of the foot with the hand. Look back. Kick into the hand. Use that strong connection between hand and foot. Slowly and gradually release it. Stretch back. And lower your hand down. Take your knees wide. Lower your hips between your heels. Place your forehead on the mat. Stretch your fingers forward. Walk your hands out. And then bend your elbows and make a prayer position. And relax.